Hello, my name is Bob Doman. I'm the founder and director of the National Association for Child Development. This is one of a series of little videos we're doing on education, discussion of education, looking at education. And I think the primary goal is to get people thinking about education and thinking out of the box. And thinking about how do we really change this system? How do we fix it? All right. I'd like to throw out just some thoughts, all right, and think about this. One of my concerns with education is if the goal is to prepare our children to be functional adults. You think one of the pieces that might be significant is teaching our students about child development, because there are probably a few of them going to be parents. How to raise their children and how to actively participate in the educational process with their children. We've got parents today who have newborns and they not only don't even know how to change a diaper, they certainly don't have a clue as to what opportunities, neurodevelopmental opportunities they need to provide for their children. I think it's a crime that we are not spending time with our students teaching them about children, teaching them about how to educate their children, how to impact their children. I can tell you from experience, working with parents of preschool kids, if we have them as active participants with the developmental educational process with their preschool children, virtually every one of those kids ends up being very, very accelerated and ends up doing really well, okay, because of those early opportunities. But, we have to guide the parents through that. We should be educating every one of those high school kids in terms of all those basics, in terms of how do you raise a child, how do you educate a child. And I'd suggest we do something really weird. I think we should take all those high school students and we should have them spend 30 minutes a day working with the elementary school students on a one-to-one basis. I can tell you that one-to-one interaction can very possibly do more than the whole rest of the school day. The further we get from one-on-one, the less efficient it becomes. We don't need teachers to do the one-on-one with the kids. We need warm bodies who care to do the one-on-one. I had an incredible educational experience back early in my career. I ran a United Cerebral Palsy organization. And we had a special needs school. And during the school year, we had all certified special ed teachers. And it was very difficult as the clinical educational director back then to get compliance from the teachers to do what really needed to be done with the students. During the summers, I would run a 6-week summer program with the same children. In the summer program, I had different funding. I didn't have to have certified teachers. What I had were volunteer junior and senior high school students. And actually, most of those volunteers were students who were struggling a bit on their own. What was amazing is in those summer 6-week programs where the kids worked one-on-one with these volunteers, we generally got as much, if not more, progress in the 6 weeks than we did in the entire school year. Because those volunteers were working one-on-one, which meant they were working with the child where that child was. They were there because they wanted to be there. They were helping because they wanted to help. They weren't getting paid. They were volunteers. And the children responded to that. It was individual, one-on-one, specific input appropriate to that child. All right. That was huge. That still is huge. So imagine what we could do if we had every one of those kids in elementary school receiving just 1/2 hour a day of one-on-one. And of course the thing is, the older kids can't afford to do that. Their day's too full. Well, their day's too full of curriculum. And I think I've discussed curriculum in another video. It's not a matter of spending more time, it's how we spend the time. All right. So, that's one piece, one thought in terms of, something that could change what's happening. But ultimately, folks, we need parents to step in, parents to perceive they're responsible. We need the public education system to understand they work for the parents. Their job is to assist the parents. And the system needs to look at the data and decide how well they're doing. And understand they need to change it. They need to fix it. Thanks.